live ichira sir.
Start, sir.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discussing about 10th class social studies, 16th lesson. The same lesson we have discussed already day before yesterday. That is the election commission, election process in India, part 3. Okay, let us discuss today's class. Look at this. Yesterday we have discussed code of conduct already. At the time of code of conduct, a ruling party, particularly who is government form, that ruling party at the time of elections. Look at this. There is a chance to the ruling party to influence the voters by misusing the powers. To check this, the election commission has laid down some rules and regulations. Generally, ruling party always wanted to get win in the election. So in that time, in that way, ruling party wanted to influence the voters. But election commission, some rules and regulations apply to the ruling party also. What are the rules and regulations to the ruling party by the Election Commission of India? Let us discuss one by one. See this slide. Students, carefully look at this slide one by one. The ruling party leaders shall not misuse the power. They should not use bureaucracy for party related works. Look at this point very clearly. They have power who are in government. They have power. That power influenced the voters, not only other parties. Particularly, shall not misuse the power. Okay, second one is their official visits on party related visits shall not be mingled. There are two types of visits are there. For example, in our Telangana state, our ruling party is TRS, Telangana Rashtra Samiti Party, presently ruling in our state. If any work, any place government wanted to visit, two types, particularly in the side of party side, and other side is ruling side. As per the government side, if you for example any project inauguration to the project that is official work, so they have to visit as per the official way, not party way. Party activities, they can go to the party wide. Third one is they should not use government vehicles for campaigning. Any campaigning, political campaigning, election, in election time, ruling party should not use government vehicles. If more than 3 security vehicles are used in campaigning, it should be shown expenditure. Generally, any candidate in the canvassing time, when they are started their canvassing, that is the time to calculate the what they are using vehicles, pamphlets, any type of party or party related activities, that is treated as expensive of the election. Same in the same time, more than 3 security vehicles. Here it is, these people are ruling party candidates. They can use 3 vehicles for the purpose of security. More than 3, that is calculated as expensive. Next one, fifth one, model code of conduct will come into force after the dates of election schedule is declared, announced. Model code of conduct automatically implemented effect from the date of schedule. Sixth one, the public properties like government buildings, offices, places shall not used shall not be used for campaigning by any party. Look at this very important point. This public properties and government buildings, offices, places, schools, buildings, any government offices, they shall not use as per the election party activities, whatever it is. No meetings conducted in government offices, government schools, whatever it is, any government public property. Recently, we have seen in Hyderabad GHMC election, number of hoardings, posters we have seen in the Hyderabad GHMC elections. Some allegations are there raised by the opposition parties, like hoardings, public properties covered by the hoardings or posters of the ruling parties that are not allowed to the election time. Seventh one, look at this. No advertisements of the government schemes shall be given either in print media or electronic media. No advertisement of the government schemes. At the time of code of conduct, any ruling party, any government schemes shall not give to an advertisements to the newspapers. Print media means newspapers. Electronic media means TV channels, online social media. These are the not entertain these activities by the Election Commission of India. Eighth one, before giving announcements on TV, the political parties shall obtain permission of the Election Commission. If government wanted to give advertisements in televisions, it should be take prior permission from the Election Commission. Otherwise, that activities or schemes presented in the Election Commission, then Election Commission give the permission, then they can giving announcements. Next one, after the election notification is issued, the ruling government shall not release any grants, make payments, and announce any schemes. They should not start any new projects or give any kind of promise. Election Commission was announced schedule, election schedule. That date, ruling party and other parties, opposition parties, shall not give any new schemes. Particularly government will not announce any new scheme at the time of model conduct. Okay, these are the rules and regulations prepared by the Election Commission at the time of election for ruling parties. Why? Because ruling party maybe misuse the power. So these rules and regulations are applied to the ruling parties. Look at this next slide. Okay, almost our topic is over. Let us see this slide. General elections in India. General elections. Look at this. We have conducted from 1952. The first general elections was held in 1952. 52. First one, 2019, 17th general elections was held in 2019. Totally, we have conducted 17 general elections after establishment of our Indian Election Commission of India. Look at this. At the time of first general elections, Election Commission was facing number of problems to conduct the elections. Why? Because most of the people illiterate. Uh, how they can understand the election process. So in this way, finally, Election Commission some particular symbols recognition due to the party members. Finally, every candidate, there are the first general election was conducting 1952. At the time, there are number of candidates contesting in the election. At that time, every candidate has one ballot box. This is one ballot box. For example, this is one candidate. This is this one, first candidate. This is second person. This is third person. Every person has a ballot box. Then voter coming to the polling station and take ballot paper, and he goes to secret compartment, voting compartment. Then he vote awarded to their candidate. Then same as proper manner, that ballot paper folded and put into the ballot box. In this way, Election Commission was conducting the first general election. It was successfully conducted first general election. Later, after some time, only one ballot box is used by Election Commission. All the candidates' votes put into a single ballot box. Okay, next slide. See this ballot voting system. There are two types of voting systems. So nowadays, we are following these two types of voting systems. First, ballot voting system. Look at this. This is a total polling station. Inside of the polling station, he is the voter. Is the voter. Voter enter into the polling station. He is the polling officer. He is the presiding officer. Who is presiding officer? I can say next slide. This is a voting compartment. This is the ballot box. We are going to discussing ballot voting system. So at the first time general election, and nowadays also we are using ballot voting system. Recently we have done GHMC elections also. Oh, see this picture carefully. Polling officer applied indelible ink to the voter. He give to the a ballot paper and he goes to the secret compartment. Then he come back to the ballot box at the presiding officer. He put into the ballot paper in the ballot box. This is the ballot voting system. Another slide, please. Look at this model ballot paper and ballot box. How is it? This is the ballot box. See this carefully. This one is closed ballot box. This is opened ballot box. Where is the ballot paper? This is, for example, political leaders, political candidate symbols are given here. This is one symbol. This is second symbol. Then look at this swastika symbol. This is the main election symbol to vote to the contesting candidate. In this way, this is the model ballot paper. The voter give to the vote to their candidates. Next slide. Look at this next one. Voting system by electronic voting machine, EVMs. EVMs are 1991 to 2014 using in the worldwide. Particularly in our India, using a EVM, electronic voting machine, pilot project in 4 or 5 states, Delhi, Mizoram, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, in 2013. 2014 onwards, we are using state elections and central elections by electronic voting machine. How it will work? Look at this picture carefully, students. This is the control unit. This is the VVPAT machine. This is the ballot unit. Okay, these picture completely known as electronic voting system. Okay, next slide. We can understand this. This is a ballot voting system. How it is work? First control unit. This is a ballot button. Polling officer releasing, and that means this button press, then automatically vote releases to the ballot box. Then this ballot box arranged in the voting compartment, secret voting compartment. These are the buttons. These are the political contesting candidates, their symbols. If he voter wanted to press this person, give to vote to this person, this button pressed, automatically there is a beep sound will be occurred. Look at this, how it is. This is the ballot box. If you want to give to vote to the first person, you can press this button, then automatically vote goes to this person. Or at the time of introduced electronic voting machine, there are only two machines, control unit and ballot unit. After it was there is a problem raised, then one of the person one of the person filled into the court public interest litigation bill. That is court. Some judgments are given by the court. Who was the look at these cases, court judgments. There are three court judgments are available here. In 2013, in the case of Dr. Subramanian Swamy, the Supreme Court stated that the voting machines shall allow the voter to verify that their vote was cast correctly. The voter verified paper audit trail, VVPAT, shall enable the nose to get the feedback to whom he has cast vote. His case, Subramania Swamy, his case, Supreme Court judgment given in 2013. I am the voter. When I goes to the compartment, voting compartment, I press ballot button. Automatically that vote cast to the particular person, but I don't know how it is recognized, how it is believed. In this way, this case was case billed by the Subramania Swamy. Then Supreme Court gave the judgment to the possibility of the voter. What is that? That is introduced new thing, that is voter verified paper audit trial. In this case, we are using this one. What is this? VVPAT mission. Look at this picture. See this. When look at this part, we are pressing this button. There is a red light highlighted. Then automatically this symbol displayed in the paper, printed paper slip displayed in the VVPAT machine. This is a voter verified paper audit trail, VVPAT. Look at this. When I uh, when I goes to the compartment, then I press the ballot box button. I have seen this printing paper. I am satisfied. I am I am voted to the particular person. I know myself only, not reveal it. It is the secret voting system according to our Indian Constitution. When next, see this second case in 2013, in the case of People's Union of Civil Liberties. This is very important. Another thing, this is Subramania Swamy versus Supreme Court, and that means Union government. At the same time, people of Union Civil Liberties case, and Supreme Court. What happened here? Supreme Court stated that the voter has the liberty to cast his vote against all the contesting candidates. To implement this judgment, the Election Commission of India has inserted none of the above button. That means none of the above, none of the above. Nota. It was introduced in 2013 in the case of People's Union of Civil Liberties. This is very important. None of the above. If I am not interested, the above mentioned contesting candidate to cast my vote. So I am rejected the above contesting candidates. So I press rejected vote, that is nota, none of the above. Look at this. Another case is here mentioned in same 2013. The People's Union of Civil Liberties and Supreme Court. What is this? Stated that the contesting candidates either for parliament or for state legislature bodies shall compulsory declare the details regarding his crime record, spouse, children's assets, and educational qualifications. This is very important. Uh, Generally, nowadays are also there is no qualification for the contesting candidate. He has to be particular educational qualification. That is not a qualification, but their educational qualifications. And look at this details regarding his crime record. If you contesting in the election, you should be a what is your crime record. If you have any cases, any criminal case or civil case, whatever it is in the courts or police stations, that crime record you should be present in the affidavits at the time of nominations. Spouse details, children's details, and your assets, properties, and educational qualifications. These are very important judgments given by the Supreme Court of India. Look at this. First one is the VVPAT. This is very important. I am casting vote. It is going to the same person or not. That is the dilemma. So I'm not satisfied. Then it was introduced to printed paper, that is VVPAT. Then I am satisfied when I was cast the vote. Second one is the nota. The contesting candidates are, I'm not interested to vote above them. So none of the above option is given to the voters, but it is not effective to the contesting candidates. If the nota get majority of the votes, it is not effective. The above candidates who are next majority person will be win in the election declared by the Election Commission of India. See this general elections. What are the general elections, by-elections, midterm elections? There is a definition given here. Look at this carefully, all of you. General elections are conducted for every 5 years at national and state level before completion of 5 years tenure. Every 5 years, we are conducting general election to the Lok Sabha and to the all state legislative assemblies every 5 years. If we conduct election in every 5 years, that is known as general election. And look at this. If the elections are held for either assemblies or parliament are called midterm elections. If the elections are held for either assemblies or parliament are called midterm elections. Between the, if any government will be dissolved, then automatically conducted midterm elections by the Election Commission. And last one is the elections are conducted for the one or more vacancies are termed as by-elections. For example, if the contesting candidate or winning candidate, if any risk anything, he is dead, that seat was vacancy. In this case, by-elections will be conducted by the Election Commission. Okay, look at this nota symbol. On the basis of the judgment given by the Supreme Court, the case of People's Union of Civil Liberties nota is introduced. Look at this nota, the last symbol in the ballot box. When the contesting candidates, look at this, the last one is nota. Okay. Conduct of elections at various levels. See this. The Chief Electoral Officer at the state level assists the Election Commission of India. The central level, state level, and local level or district level. The Chief Electoral Officer at the state level, he assisted to the Election Commission of India. But look at this. After consulting the state government, this post does not have a constitutional status generally. Generally, the senior most IAS officers are appointed. He is appointed by the Election Commission of India. When he was appointing that time, Election Commission of India consulting the state government. Without state government's consultation, there is no appointments. This post, so state level, the Chief Electoral Officer has not constitutional status like the Central Election Commission of India. Generally, who are appointed to the state election officer as an election officer, the IAS officers, civil service from civil services. The elections to the parliament and state assembly are held under his monitoring at the district level, the district collector as the chief election officer. The last one is to conduct the monitored elections in every constituency. An officer is appointed. He is called as the returning officer. Okay, who is returning officer? We have discussed already. India was divided into different kinds of territorial number of territorial units. They are called constituencies. India 543. India has 543 constituencies. Every constituency has a officer. Is known as returning officer. Every constituency to the Lok Sabha and to the state legislative assemblies. Our Telangana state legislative assembly constituencies are 119. Every constituency has a officer. He is known as returning officer. He is the responsibility to conduct the election. He was appointed by the Election Commission of India, Election Commission of State. Next, see this party candidates and independent candidates. The Election Commission generally administrative functions we have discussed already. Notification releasing, then automatically nominations received, scrutinized, withdrawals of nominations. Finally, list out declared candidates, then allotted to the political parties to the party candidates, give the party symbols to the election commission. But independent candidates, what are the symbols are available in the election commission? They will choose that symbols only. Political candidates are give to the party symbols to the election commission. They are allotted party symbols. Look at this once again. Elections at various levels. See this central level. Central level elections conducted by the chief election commissioner. State level, same way, the state chief election commissioner. District level, district collector, district election officer. The district election officer is known as district collector. Voting mechanism, once again, see these pictures. The chief election officers in the districts makes elaborate arrangements to conduct the polls. They depute polling personnel as presiding officer and polling officer to every polling booth to conduct the polls. This is one polling station. We have discussed returning officer. Returning officer is the officer of one constituency. One constituency, one returning officer. There are number of polling stations allotted by the election officer to two particular constituency. Every polling station has a presiding officer. Every polling station has a presiding officer, and other polling officers also is there. Polling officers. Look at this picture carefully. He is the presiding officer. These are the polling officers. These are the polling agents. Polling agents. Who are polling agents? Polling agents are the belonging to the contesting candidates. They are recognizing the voters. His voter is is the voter are not recognized by the polling agents if they can challenge at the time of voting. These are the these polling agents has not any type of party symbols, party candidates flags, whatever it is belongs to the party. Look at this. This is the voting compartment. Voting compartment. There is a ballot box. Okay. In the EVM machine, see this. This is. Look at this. In case of EVM is not there. In case of EVM is not there, swastik mark shall be applied on the ballot paper, folded in the proper manner, and put in the ballot box. Swastik mark. Look at this swastik mark will become. See this. This is the. We have discussed already. What is the ballot paper? What is the ballot box? How it is used in the first general election. Nowadays, recently, election commission was held elections in Hyderabad municipal corporation election GHMC by the ballot voting system. So finally, the need for electoral reforms. Okay, almost election process is over. Finally, there is some important points. Look at this. India is the second most populous country in the world. It is a huge task to conduct elections in India. Every political party promises to give. Generally, election commission, this second populous country in the world after China. It is very risky to conduct elections. Even number of political party candidates or parties give the promises. Look at this. So mainly, what are their promises? One by one, good governance in their party, good governance, socio-economic equality, and the eradication of poverty. Their promises. They political party give the promises to the good governance, socio-economic equality, to establishment of the equality about this, and they wanted to eradicating the poverty. Poverty, how can they eradicate after they will form the government? But few corrupted politicians, those who have criminal background, adapt illegal practices to manage the voters. These are the bad things. These are the bad things in our election process. Illegal activities are done by the some politicians, corrupted politicians. This is very bad. Anyhow, this regard, there are a number of changes in the world. For example, we introduced globalization. In this way, our Indian constitution is also amended time to time. Now, still 104 times our Indian constitution was amended by the parliament. So everything will be changed. There are it is technology as per technology, either whatever it is, we have to changes in our lifestyle. Look at this. Nowadays, I'm using computer, mobile phone. In those days, the early days, these technical equipment was not available. Same in the election commission reforms. The need for electoral reforms. For example, we are introduced to Nota and VVPAT, and also qualifications and party candidates or contesting candidates details, complete details. If any false information given by them, they are treated as disciplinary action initiated by the Election Commission. Anyhow, it is very important reforms to the electoral. Look at this postal ballot. What is the postal ballot? It is most of the, we have discussed already. Election Commission has no special staff or own staff. Then it will take permission from the President of India and all state governors. At the time of Election Commission will be using central employees, officers, and also state governments employees and officers. These election that particular employees, officers, deputed to the election duties done by the Election Commission. At the time of particularly, they have no chance to right to vote. There is no possibility. They are in election duty, like employees. Particularly, I am also an employee. I am in election duty, but I have vote. How to cast my vote? So this is the problem. In this regard, look at this. The polling staff who have deputed for polling duties responsibilities have no scope to cast their vote because they will be deputed for polling duties to other stations rather than their workplace. To avoid this, Election Commission facilitated with postal ballot. Then Election Commission was facilitated to employees with the postal ballot. Most of the deputed election duties candidates are officers, employees. They will use the postal ballot before an election. Next topic is, see this cancellation of elections in India. The Election Commission history, the first time.
Sir.
అయిపోయింది last. So look at this. In 2016, for the first time in the history of Election Commission, it cancelled the notification that it released earlier. The Election Commission had cancelled the polls of Aravalli and Thanjavur constituencies by-elections in Tamil Nadu after the allegation of large sums of money was distributed. The Election Commission conducted election at the later point of time. Look at these two constituencies. One is Aravalli, Aravalli and Thanjavur. Party candidates and contesting candidates, they have distributed huge money to the voters. These are also election malpractice, treated as election malpractices. These are the, so Election Commission was cancelled the first notification in 2016 in the history of Election Commission. Finally, evaluation. All the students who have completed the topic election process in India successfully, you follow these evaluation questions. The right to vote plays a key role in democracy. Describe the role of Election Commission in India. List the functions of the Election Commission. Why is model code of conduct required in a democracy? Have you ever observed malpractices in the elections of your area? which rule of conduct, code of conduct was violated? Read the paragraph under need for election reforms and comment. Prepare a pamphlet creating awareness about the importance of voting. All the students carefully follow this. Read the textbook carefully. If you have doubt, please consult your subject teacher and clarify your doubts. Thanking you. Okay, sir. Guru sir. Sir. Okay, student.
మన సార్ లైన్ లో లేనట్టుంది లైవ్
Yeah,
బంద్
yeah. Calling, sir. Sir, Guru sir.